So here is to adjust the hook timing on a Solent H-305. This works for all models, whether it's long arm, high arm, standard length, the timing is always the same. First thing you do is prepare the machine. So remove the outside foot, the inside foot, the needle plate and the feed dog. Then you have clear view to the sewing mechanism. It's very simple to do. The first thing you do is put the machine onto straight stitch, 0, so that the needle is in the middle. Turn the machine over and we can see here that it's out of timing. The hook's actually striking the needle and it's coming round far too close to the eye. So we know it's wrong. So how do we check this is the correct timing? First thing we do is we have to take a measurement on straight stitch of 2.5mm. So we turn the hand wheel until the needle bar is at bottom dead center, just before it rises back up again. Now I measure, I use a 2.5mm Allen key. I bring it up underneath the bottom hook bush there and put my fingernail underneath to get a fairly accurate measurement of 2.5mm. Then retaining my fingernail on the needle bar, I turn the handle towards me and raise it up until my fingernail hits the underside of that needle bar bush where we took the measurement from. At that point, the tip of the hook should be on the center line of the needle, but you can see it is not. So the next thing we do is loosen the 3 hook screws. The 3 hook screws are around the back of the hook. Some hooks may only have 2, but most have 3 large screws on them. You can see them there. So loosen them all off. Now the hook will become loose on the shaft and can move freely. You can see it moves left and right, and it can move fore and aft as well. So again, we take the measurement. The hook can stay still now. We take the needle to the lowest position. I put my Allen key underneath there to get 2.5mm Allen key there. Fingernail up underneath it to get the measure. Turn the handle towards me, raise the needle bar up 2.5. Now, making sure nothing moves, I rotate the hook until the point of the hook is on the center line of the needle. We also have to adjust the distance between the hook and the needle at this point. So what we're looking for is approximately 0.2mm distance between the cutout in the back of the needle and the hook. So 0.2 is quite difficult to measure, but if you think the thickness of a piece of thread, and there's a tiny bit of daylight there, so you can see it just close to the needle but not touching. Now, being very careful that the hook doesn't move, so I hold the hook while I do this and pinch up one screw. That's exactly what you don't want it to do, move. There. So I've pinched up one screw to hold it in place. At this point I will check that again. Needle bar to the lowest position. Bottom dead center. Take the measurement. Rotate the hand wheel. Bring my needle up to the finger up to the bottom of the bush there, and you can see we have 2.5mm needle bar rise, and we have a little bit of clearance there between the two. So the next thing we need to do is tighten up all the screws. So gently pinch them all up. And then go around again and make sure they're all really nice and tight so that the timing doesn't slip easily. Now we need to check the height of the needle bar, because not only can the hook be knocked out of rotation, but the needle bar could be knocked up or knocked down. So we now put it on to the widest zigzag stitch, and always make the adjustment with the zigzag cam. take the needle to the left hand side, and the point of the hook should come in just above the eye of the needle, which on this model it is, so we have no problem there. Now if that wasn't correct, can you see that? So the point of the hook is coming in just above the eye of the needle, and if you look at it from the side, you can see that it's in the cutout of the needle, in this scarf. Because the bulbous part is coming in just at the top of the bulbous part. So if you're looking for a measurement, probably about 0.5 millimeter above the eye of the needle. Now if that's not correct, then what we need to do is you put the screwdriver through that hole and you can get to the needle clamp. You can loosen that screw and then the needle bar will slide up and down. So to get the measurement now, I bring the hook round on the left hand throw to there. I then slide the needle bar so that it's in the position I said, just above the eye of the needle. Tighten up the screw. Sometimes you have to just pinch it a little bit, then move it to a position where you can get it nice and tight, and make sure you do get it nice and tight. And then just turn the machine over by hand to check that everything is moving freely, your needle bar height is right, and it's not striking. Got lovely clearance there, just that very close but not touching. And that is how easy it is. The next thing we do is we put the machine back together, put on the feed dog, the needle plate, inside foot, outside foot, thread the machine up and test it.